Most people believe they are tired. They wake up already exhausted. They go through the day feeling drained. And they fall into bed at night thinking they simply need more rest. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Most people are not tired. They are leaking energy. Slowly, silently, every single day. Not because life is unfair, not because work is hard, not because the world is cruel, but because of habits they repeat automatically without questioning them, without realizing the cost. Habits that feel normal, habits that feel polite, habits that feel necessary. Yet those habits are quietly stealing their peace, their focus, and their emotional strength. If you want peace in your life, you don't need to fix the world. You don't need to fix people. You don't need to control outcomes. You don't need to become someone else. You need to remove what is draining you. Quietly, without announcing it, without explaining yourself. Today, you will learn 17 silent habits that must be eliminated. If you want your energy back, if you don't remove them, they will continue to control you. Let's begin. The first habit you must remove is the need to always be right. The need to be right turns conversations into battles. It turns discussions into competitions. It turns relationships into scoreboards. You stop listening. You stop understanding. You stop connecting. Instead of peace, you choose ego. Winning an argument may feel good in the moment, but it always comes with a cost. It costs emotional energy. It costs trust. It costs calm. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strength. Not every correction is necessary. Not every mistake needs your voice. Not every disagreement deserves your energy. Let go of the need to be right, and notice how much lighter your mind becomes. The second habit is comparison. Comparison drains energy faster than almost anything else. You compare your reality to someone else's highlight reel. You compare your progress to someone else's timing. You compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Every comparison quietly tells your mind that you are behind. But behind what? Behind who? Everyone is carrying invisible struggles. Everyone is dealing with private battles. Everyone is moving at a different pace. The only comparison that matters is who you are becoming. The moment you stop measuring your life against others, peace begins to return. The third habit is explaining yourself too much. You feel the need to justify your decisions, your boundaries, your emotions. You explain because you want to be understood, but not everyone wants understanding. Some people want control. Some want leverage. Some want reassurance at your expense. Your integrity does not require explanations. Your actions will speak over time. When you explain too much, you give away authority. Silence protects your dignity. Silence protects your energy. The fourth habit is seeking validation. Approval feels good. Praise feels comforting. Recognition feels rewarding. But when your peace depends on validation, you become dependent. External validation is unstable. It changes with moods, opinions, and trends. Inner peace comes from knowing you did the right thing, even when no one noticed. Do good quietly. Let peace be the reward. The fifth habit is trying to control everything. You try to control outcomes. You try to control people's reactions. You try to control how things unfold. But control creates tension, and tension drains energy. You cannot control people. You cannot control life. You cannot control the future. What you can control is how you respond, your mindset, your actions, your character. Peace lives there. The sixth habit is sharing your opinion on everything. Not every thought needs a voice. Not every situation needs your input. Silence is discipline. Silence is maturity. When you speak less, your words carry more weight. When you stop reacting impulsively, you conserve energy. Choose silence when speaking adds no value. The seventh habit is holding resentment. Resentment keeps you emotionally attached to moments that already hurt you. It replays pain. It refreshes wounds. It drains energy daily. Forgiveness is not approval, it is release. You forgive to free yourself, not to excuse others. Peace cannot exist where resentment is stored. The 8th habit is fearing disappointment. You say yes when you want to say no. You agree when you feel resistance. You sacrifice yourself to avoid conflict. Over time, this erodes self-respect. You cannot live your life trying to satisfy everyone. Disappointment is part of life. Self-betrayal should not be. Choose honesty over approval. Pause for a moment. If something inside you feels uncomfortable right now, that is not a coincidence. That discomfort means one of these habits still controls you. Most people never remove them because removing them changes how others see you. And that is why peace is rare. The 9th habit is feeling guilty for being yourself. You apologize for your limits. You apologize for changing. You apologize for choosing yourself. But growth requires change. And change often makes others uncomfortable. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to choose yourself. Peace begins when you stop shrinking to fit expectations. The 10th habit is living for others. People-pleasing feels safe, but it is exhausting. When you live for others, you lose your direction. Your life becomes reactive. Your energy becomes fragmented. Live according to your values, not someone else's approval. Peace requires authenticity. The 11th habit is waiting for others to give you peace. You wait for apologies. You wait for closure. You wait for people to change. But peace does not come from others. It comes from the moment you stop depending emotionally on what they do. Your inner world is your responsibility. The 12th habit is talking about your plans too early. Talking feels productive. It feels motivating. But talking creates the illusion of progress. Action creates change. Silence protects focus. Silence protects momentum. Work quietly. Let results speak. Here is a truth most people are not prepared to hear. When you become calmer, quieter, and less reactive, some people will feel uncomfortable around you. Not because you are wrong, but because you are no longer predictable. Peace changes how people treat you. The 13th habit is carrying other people's emotions. You absorb stress that is not yours. You carry pain you did not create. Empathy does not mean absorption. You can care without losing yourself. Protect your emotional boundaries. The 14th habit is consuming too much negativity. What you watch, what you read, what you listen to, shapes your inner state. Constant negativity creates anxiety, fear, and mental fatigue. Protect your mental environment. Peace requires it. The 15th habit is living in the past. Replaying mistakes does not fix them. The past cannot be changed, but the present can be shaped. Learn, release, move forward. Peace exists only now. The 16th habit is constant complaining. Complaining trains your mind to focus on what is wrong. Awareness creates solutions. Complaints create stagnation. Replace complaints with action. The 17th habit is putting yourself last. You give endlessly. You neglect yourself quietly. Self-care is not selfish. It is survival. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Prioritize your peace, your health, your energy. Everything else becomes easier. When you do, peace does not arrive loudly. It arrives quietly when you stop feeding what drains you. But here is what most people are not prepared for. When you remove these habits, not everyone will like the version of you that appears. You will speak less, react less, explain less, and that silence will change your life. The question is not whether peace is possible. The question is whether you are ready for what comes with it.